Okay, so please be aware we've made some changes. On the right hand side we had VPLS signal by BGP, and on the left hand side in the pink we had VPLS signal by LDP. For this example we've removed the VPLS signal by LDP, and we're looking at the previous customer 5 layer 2 VPN. So that means that on the right hand side in the orange we have customer 5 BGP signal VPLS, and on the left hand side of the board we have in green we have customer 5 layer 2 VPN. So this is layer 2 VPN, this is being a hub, and this is VPLS over in the orange, and this is being a learning bridge, or each PE is being a learning bridge. And the idea here is that customer 5 would like us to stitch together on router 2 the layer 2 VPN and the VPLS. Now, I've drawn some of the circuits that were on the VPLS, the layer 2 VPN originally, just so that we can remember, because this is emulating a hub, and it's using different circuits to do it, and you can see the circuit numbers match 513 to 513, 514 to 514. And the way that we're going to do this is we're actually going to put another circuit, number 600, we're going to connect that from router 7 up to router 2. And then on router 2, we're going to stitch the two together. So let's have a look at what it looks like. Well, it looks relatively simple. On the router 7, we're going to add another, as it were, VLAN, but remembering that VLAN is just the circuit 600, and that does get a bit of getting used to, because you see these different VLANs and really they're components of the single hub. So there we go. We're going to create a VLAN ID. We're going to give it encapsulation CCC, circuit cross connect. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add that into our existing L2 VPN. We're going to make sure that it goes on under site 1, which of course it is. Up onto router 2, we now have to configure a layer 2 VPN routing instance on router 2 that will connect down to that 600. So here it is. We put in the layer 2 VPN. We've got to have a matching target, obviously, so the target here must be the target there. And we're going to be attaching that to site 4, because of course in the VPLS it is site 4. And the first little bit of the stitching happens here, because we state in that site 4 this LT interface, because of course we're not stitching it together on R7, we're stitching it on R2. So what do we then do? Well, we have a logical tunnel. We put the VLAN ID, which is our circuit, on one unit. This is unit 0. On the other unit, we have the VPLS. So on this one, encapsulation circuit cross connect. On this one, encapsulation VPS. And on P unit 0, unit 0, we have P unit 1. On unit 1, we have P unit 0. Then the final part is that in the existing VPLS routing instance, which of course is existing, we have to make sure that we put the new logical tunnel interface. And then that's what's going to do it. This idea of unit 0 pairing with unit 1, unit 1 pairing with unit 0. Gotchas or things to be aware of? Well, coming back to the L2 VPN each time, these VLAN numbers always catch me, because really, yes, they are VLANs, but really they're circuits that are working together to create an emulated hub. So that can be a bit of a gotcha. Running that number 600 up here. Of course, 600 is pretty essential, because on the VPLS it really does matter, but on the VPLS we are actually running 600. So if this was 700, or depending, we have 2 here, but if it was 700 or 701, then that VLAN number here would have to be the 700. What's going to happen? Well, this part's a hub, this part's a learning bridge. So clearly as this connects up, the MAC addresses are going to appear and the learning is going to be happening on the site floor.